Norfolk at the dawn, and I got rhythm. I got rhythm.
And then I met up with my internet friend Liv, who isn't going to Summer City, but I didn't really want to spend an afternoon in London by myself. So then came here, checked into the hotel. Interestingly enough, my hotel is near the Olympic Park tube station. You can see like the spiral helix thing. And if I just quickly show you outside, if I focus, and as you can see there's one of the Olympic stadiums. I really wanted to go to the new Lush store on Oxford Street, so I did that. Quick Lush haul. So yeah, I got this yuzu and cocoa shower cream, which apparently smells like chocolate oranges, which I'm looking forward to trying. I also got the Comforter shower cream, which is described as apparently like a cuddle in a bottle. It has cypress oil, cassis, absolute and bergamot oil, which creates an uplifting and reassuring fragrance. I have no idea what any of those ingredients are, but looking forward to trying it. It sounds amazing anyway. Then I got one of the solid lipsticks, which is, this one's called Just. The solid lipsticks are exclusive to the Oxford Street store or whatever, and that's. Also got this lip balm called Rose Lollipop. And I got 4 bath bombs. This one, which is called Frozen. This one, which is called the Experimenter. This one, which is called Dragon's Egg. And this one, which Liv recommended to me, and it's called Avo Bath. I think it has like avocado in it and stuff. Then after that we went to Topshop and had a little look around and used the photo booth that we have in the Oxford Street store, which we completely failed at, as you can see. And after that I really wanted to go to Shake Shack in Covent Garden. Then I just got the tube back here to my hotel.
Actually a fan during the whole movie, and she was so chill about it, and then she became like our tour helper. She's now Grace's personal assistant, and it wasn't until way later that she was like, you know, I like worked on that movie because I was a fangirl, and I like seeked out the producer at VidCon and cornered him and told him to hire me. Yeah. So now that was like fan to, you know, now come over and hang out at my house. You know, Rihanna once said, I didn't ask to be a role model. No, I think there's a level of responsibility. Yes, I drink on camera, etc., etc. I don't get blackout drunk on camera, but I'm also 31 years old, and I do not condone underage drinking. I don't even condone texting and driving. So I would just say, like, I have a level of responsibility where I say, be yourself, be nice to people, have fun drinking responsibly if you're of age, but yeah, you could consider what I do irresponsible, so I'm not the best person to answer this. Now someone else, you guys still...
I mean, I feel like all of my answers have been about this, right? It's like, treat your audience with respect so that you're not creating that kind of like fanny culture. You know, be looking for sort of smaller YouTubers to collaborate with. For me, it's just like, I don't know what it is, I just can't help but feel like this sense of dread, like what if I say something wrong, or if I encourage someone to do the wrong thing. I think it's super important if you're in a position where people are looking to you to figure out the right things to say and to take that responsibility seriously.
There's a difference between things like what you do, memory, like getting drunk on camera. That's sort of, there's a law there for that, and so like that's fine.
Right.
Because if they do that, it's not that they've taken advice from you, it's that they just want to break the law. So that's different. More of a responsibility is to be like progressive human beings and like to not be, what's the word where you leave people out? Inclusive?
No, exclusive?
Not be problematic, basically, is what I'm getting at. Is to, you know, the world is changing a lot, and the world is getting a lot more accepting and a lot nicer towards people who want to make choices about their life, be it like within like sexuality or gender or any of these things. And people who watch YouTubers are very quick to point out when they do something wrong about this.
True.
And although on our side it's like, oh really? It's like a moment where you're like, oh, I didn't really mean it to be mean, I'm sorry for saying that. That is the way the world's going to be in 30 years, 20 years. Kids born now will grow up with that being the norm, and all these things being the norm, and so it's our responsibility to be part of that change and check when we're being problematic. And so it might be like difficult to accept now that you can't say like girl meaning a female, for example, but that's the way the world is now, and I think it's important that YouTubers understand that, educate themselves, and be part of that change, because otherwise they're just going to get left behind.
Everyone else has to say.
I think some of it's a little weird. Only when I see, like when you see some kind of like heartthrobbing YouTubers be like, retweet this and I'll DM you, and I'm like, you're 24. That girl is probably 11. You know, so I think there's a line you need to draw just not to not be creepy.
My favorite thing ever was I follow this guy, and the other day he tweeted an Imagine tweet about himself.
Oh my god.
He tweeted, imagine waking up next to me.
Oh my god.
I was just like, what are you doing? Yeah, it was the worst thing ever. Oh my gosh.
If I tweeted that, I'd be like, imagine it. Next tweet, I'm sorry.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and the thing I'd say about the asking people to retweet for a selfie kind of thing, the way I look at that is, so if you want the selfie, and you are going to retweet, then you like the person enough to care about that selfie, and you've watched their video, and that's entertained you and made your day better. And so I think it's really a nice thing to do to then help that person progress their career by retweeting it to your followers. So I think it's quite a nice, because if you don't do that, what you've done is you go, I'm going to watch this, that was fun, you don't get anything back though, and that feels a bit mean. So I almost think it's maybe sad that YouTubers have to do that to get themselves out there, and maybe it'd be nice if, I mean obviously YouTubers are cool and they have very successful lives, some of them, but maybe if people were more willing to share their favourite YouTubers around, there'd be less need for that.
That would be good. Let's all share videos.
So it's your fault. No, I'm joking.
How do you guys feel about follow back accounts?
Oh.
I think it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
I was accused of having a follow back account, and I don't have a follow back account. I have a second account that I use and do follow people on it, but I also use it for nice stuff.
Oh, okay.
To quote Gwen Stefani, I ain't no follow back girl. Thank you, God.
I got rhythm. Snowball at the phone, and I got rhythm. I got rhythm. I got rhythm.
Let's talk about how you started on YouTube and how you started getting into comedy.
Sure.
Because, I mean, how did it start? Did you start with like improv classes and doing live stuff?
So I went to school for theater, and then in college, and then I moved up to New York and tried to do like the traditional acting thing, and then quickly realized that my face is too rubber for that. So I started taking sketch classes at a theater, and was doing that and bartending, and I was put on my first sketch team with Grace Helbig. So we met about 8 years ago, and we were doing, sketch shows for the 8 people we begged to come in this dingy ass theater. And then she was doing Daily Grace at the time, and a couple years in, I had an idea for You Deserve a Drink, and convinced her to shoot it and edit it for 2 years.
Yeah, so I mean, apart from like the technical thing, what was it like going from doing kind of the traditional comedy?
Yes.
Do you have to be funny all the time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because on YouTube, if you get too deep, they call you boring. So I'll be like, okay, I'm happy, but I'm sad. I'll let you know that. And it's, no, I think it's there is a pressure to be funny all the time. And I think it makes me a bit mad, if I'm honest. You've got to look at everything obscurely. That's not a plug socket, that's a bunch of plugs having something to eat. Like, that's how, and I sit there and go, I shouldn't be doing this, but I've got to, because it's my job.
Yeah, mine gets exhausting because people walk up and expect me to take a whiskey shot at 9 a.m. So that gets
How is your liver, Mary? How's your liver?
I cannot hear, I'm so sorry.
How's your liver?
Oh, she's doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hang out occasionally.
Right, so you should.
Yes. So I try and avoid, why would you tie yourself to a moment when it could be a longer sort of life for a joke?
Well, a lot of my stuff, it is topical in the sense because I make a drink for whoever's having a bad week or whatnot. But the jokes themselves aren't really, I don't cater those to the audience. Like they're very like.
It's very consistently you all the time.
Exactly. It just happens to be about someone in the news that week.
Snowball, that's on, and I got rhythm. I got rhythm.